wanted to be rather, you know, those days where you could smell Christmas even months away. One thing that is always common those times is there's always an unusual level. It's been a bit different. Yes, we still have a couple of days to go. Around this time, few years ago, you'll have seen people displaying chickens by the roadside. Some of them would even, slaughter it and prepare it for you to just go home, clean, wash, and cook, and all of that. There's always that special feeling. Even the kids have started checking in, and the clothes that have been bought for them since maybe September or October. There's always that special feeling that comes with that time of the year. Even as someone that is working or hustling, there's a part of your brain that unconsciously sends you signal that, hey, the year is over, you should shut down. You've had a long year, of course, except you work in the space, maybe the media space where we work, or you work within the medical field. We don't shut down. We run throughout the year. But of course, it's always an amazing feeling when we know that there are people on the other side that trust what we do, that believes in us, and some of them can even take our words to the bank. Oh, I heard this information from mainland FM. Oh, I heard this information from so and so person. I mean, it's a special feeling because you listen to us, you join the conversation, and then we're on 3 FM, especially from, and would always want to appeal to you to just keep being with us, and more importantly, keep doing business with us so that we can also remain in business. My name is Okoyemi Akinde, and of course, this is the Situation Room. This program comes up around policies of government, around politics itself, and especially as we continue to demand for accountability within the public space. The people want to know how their monies are being spent. The people want to hold the president accountable, want to hold the governor accountable. You want to hold your lawmakers, your national legislators, your state legislators. You want to hold them accountable, your local government chairman, especially with this local government autonomy, where you know that monies will now be going directly into the local government account. Those are the conversation we'll always have on this show, and this is not the only space Mainland FM provides for you to have such. Our political roundtable starts the week for us 6 to 8 p.m. and we'll always do this as well, Monday to Friday. There's midweek politics tomorrow, Wednesday, 1 to 3 p.m. I'm always here as well to take you through all of those conversations. Once again, it's compliment of the season, and I trust you're gradually preparing for Christmas. See, whether Nigerians like it or not, no matter how we complain, or things are tough, it's difficult putting through, it's difficult this, is difficult that, hello. People are still turning up big time, people are still shutting down, people are still preparing for the Christmas, and that's one thing I always feel the government should take advantage of. And Nigerians have a different level of endurance. Would always have this never giving up attitude. You get into conversation with 60-year-old, 70-year-old, and they keep telling you, you go better, because we always feel that things can get better. And sometimes I think the government or the political class are taking undue advantage of that. They'll tell you, oh, increase the petrol price. The people would shout and rant on social media, and after 2-3 days, they'll go back and buy it. The president, when he was the candidate of the APC prior to the 2023 presidential election, he talked about the fact that, don't worry, even if they well, that was Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, now President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, when he promised Nigerians build up to the 2023 election that, don't worry, if they threaten to take petrol to 500 naira per liter or to take it to 200 naira per liter, we'll bring it down. But ladies and gentlemen, I think the cheapest you can get petrol right now, maybe a little off 1,000 naira. There's some places that you can get as high as 1,300, depending on what part of the country you stay. So what has changed? The fourth soundbite I played for you was a much longer one, and that was the same person when I was the national leader of the then ACN, the opposition party. That was during the Occupy Nigeria protests of 2012. Where Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu addressed the president of the government of former President Goodluck Jonathan when he attempted to remove the subsidy. And then the now president in batches, you have to do this, you have to do in 2023. But what happens? I mean, it's a government of the same political party, and the president now then promised during the campaigns that he's going to continue the legacy, or he's going to continue from wherever former President Muhammadu Buhari stopped. So what happened? I mean, if Buhari left petrol for us at 180, 193 per liter, why are we buying it 1,002 from the same man that promised that, don't worry, even if they take it to 500, we'll bring it down? Well, you say economy has changed. The announcement of the official removal of subsidy, the floating of the naira, those were two key policies that one way or the other. Cost of items, a bit unaffordable on the high side. Somebody made a joke on one of the social media platforms, I think a few days ago, and he said, one chicken is 30,000. And the person was like, wait, will the chicken lay egg and hatch the egg before you kill it? Or how come one chicken is 30,000? And I'm wondering, like, do you know how much the bag of chicken feed costs now? Do you know how much is the bag of fish feeds now? It's tough. So everyone is affected one way or the other. But of course, Nigerians would always tell you, be patient. Things would get better. I will find a way around it. Everyone thought we were going to die when petrol went to 500 naira per liter. We were all complaining and ranting and groaning and lamenting. We thought we were going to die. We adjusted. It moved to 720. We ranted. We did end bad governance protests. We did all of that. We got back into buying for 720. It moved over to 860, 869 for an NNPCL. We ranted, when Dangote comes, everything will crash. This would happen. Nigerians were complaining. People started keeping their cars at home. The road was free. And then they moved over to 969. Heaven would fall. We're not going to take these. 2 days after, we've all gone back to buying it. 1,100, 1,080 naira, 1,072 naira. We're buying it. And somehow, some way, we're surviving. I think it's the government can look deep and say, you know what? These people are not the most difficult people to govern. Just give Nigerians the basic. Give them quality education. Give them security. Provide a level playing ground. Let the small-scale businesses grow. Give them power, which is absolutely essential. Don't put class divide. Don't say, some people are in band A because they stay in certain area, and then, bring classism into democracy, especially when it comes to power, distribution is a slap on everything democracy stands for. And I understand where we're coming from. We don't have the capacity to generate. We don't have the capacity to store. We don't even have the capacity to distribute, because we have transformers that are as old as our democracy. We have electric poles, installations that are as old as maybe even our amalgamation. Don't mind me, just joking. But of course, when you have infrastructures that cannot take the sheds that you are placing on them, that is why you will have 12 national grid collapse in 1 year, or maybe 14. It's almost like it's a sabotage. Today you hear that the national grid has collapsed. Tomorrow is another thing. And sometimes it has turned to a joke. Something of such national importance has turned to a joke. So nobody even cares if the national grid collapses, because even your small business, the little profits you're making that you're supposed to have as your ROI, your return on investment, you're recycling it, and you're not even using it to to buy things in your shop. You're using it to buy fuel, to power a store that is literally empty. It's 2024, and when I looked at the budget proposal for 2025, a little over 47 point something trillion. And I'm like, that's a lot of money. When we have the deficit of about 13 trillion that will be sourced from, non-oil revenues, then you ask yourself, what have we done with the budget of 2024? Do we have a mechanism to check our budget performance? Do we think we've done enough with these budgets for us to move in, like more trillions added to what we are still dealing with, it's tough. It's difficult, especially when you look at some of the things that are supposed to work, some of the basic necessities that we're supposed to enjoy in the country, and Nigerians are really struggling with it. But hey, it's a town hall conversation on the show today. I'm going to allow you join us, and I'm going to ask you two straight questions that you would join the conversation on. The first is this: what should be the priority of the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu going into 2025? And in the last 10-15 minutes, I've literally laid before you the challenges that we're facing in this country. So you wonder, why is it that when people leave the country, even people that are in quotes average, they become big deals when they get out of this country? It's simple. It is basically they get into a system that is working, a system that will not make you wake up in the morning and start looking for where to get power. And they'll tell you that, oh, we've not had electricity supply in Nigeria for 3 months. In a system where, whatever it is you preserve in your refrigerator does not get damaged. In a system where you can travel from point A to point B without having to drive your car. They only moved into a system where, people can eat what they can afford to eat, not what is available for them to eat. That is the system people move into when they say they japa. It's not like their life changed as such. It's not like they changed their names. It's not like that maybe as time goes on, your language will change, your accent would come in and all of that. But what I'm trying to say is that the same Benga that leaves Nigeria got into UK, still the same Benga of 10 years time. Probably social status has changed. Well, for some people like us that are within the social circle, I'm sure pretty much familiar with the whole conversation of I just got back. The boys are back in town and they're coming in their dollars, they're coming in their pounds, they're coming in with their rands. So it's almost like, okay, these guys are also pumping in something little into the economy for the short time they would go back. Those are the things you enjoy when you leave the country. Some of them will say, oh, why do you think we always rush back home when we get the opportunity? Because you don't have the opportunity to socialize. You don't have the opportunity to, leave your place and go spend a week at your cousin's place. And then there's Christmas. Everybody comes together under the same roof. You're visiting people. That communalism, that spirit where everybody comes together, it's not like you don't have it over there, but it's a bit different here. The old Wambe spirit, even on Mondays, there are parties in Lagos, there are parties in Nigeria, especially when it is the festive period. So, if it is difficult in a democracy for us to afford all of that, by the way, from January 2025, 3 countries will officially leave the ECOWAS: Niger Republic, Burkina Faso, and Mali, that have been signed, I think, on Friday or thereabouts by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the chairman of ECOWAS. Those 3 countries have officially written to the ECOWAS, and their withdrawal from the regional bloc had been approved. So from January 2025, Niger Republic, Burkina Faso, and Mali will cease being members of the Economic Community of West African States. Well, they've come up with the fact that they're comfortable with the kind of leadership they have. It's a military, things are aligning according to what they said. But let's see how it goes. Nigeria is the giant of Africa. We're the model of democracy. And if Nigeria fails, just like Kunle Lawal, the executive director of the Electoral College, said on the show yesterday, by the way, Kunle Lawal's session on the show really led to a lot of issues. After the show, I got quite a lot of text messages, and people said, oh, why did you bring that man to insult Nigerians, this and that? And I'm like, well, sometimes we need to be told the truth. You don't have to love a political party, but you need to love Nigeria. You need to love your country. And when I say love your country, I'm not saying you should love the PDP. I'm not saying you should love the Labour Party. I'm not saying you should love the APC. I'm just saying love your country. Be patriotic about the development of this country. Yes, we have our problems. Oh, you can spend the entire day talking about those problems. But talking about them don't make them go away. What are you doing as a Nigerian to help better the life of your own self and other people around you? Are you just one person that is always waiting for the opportunity to also get on the table and you also feed yourself? Are you part of those who that say, politics now workshop for Nigeria. Now where you work, now there you go chop. Are you from that school of thought? Are you that individual that sells fake product for the price of the original? Are you that person that would buy items, and when they're about to expire, you clean the expiry date and you put another one on it? Are you that kind of a person? Are you a landowner or house owner? You built your house like 20 years ago, and the moment you hear that there's an increment in the minimum wage, you also increase your house rent. Why? I understand. Hey, are you that kind of a person that if you see a wallet or a phone on the road and you pick it, rather than for you to reach out to the owner, you decide to remove the SIM, you throw it away, you sell the phone, and you move on? Are you that kind of a person? All of us have roles to play if truly we want this country to work. If you put it together, you look at the population of the political class that we have in this country, I'm not even sure they're up to 2 million. Okay, let's do a simple calculation. We have a president, we have a vice president, 109 senators, 360 House of Reps members. We have 36 states that have houses of assembly. Let's even put it on the average. Let's say we have about maybe 3,000 House of Assembly members across the federation. Let's just put it at that. So you have youth leaders, escorts of political parties across board, 18 political parties. Put all of them together. We don't have up to 2 million, the ruling class in this country. And our population is estimated to be about 230 million. So how come about 2 million people have so much grip on all of us? That means our problem does not entirely lie on the table of the government. You and I have roles to play. You also bring in adulterated fuel and you sell it for people and you damage their cars, you damage their generators. Is that the fault of the government? You should ask yourself these questions. Are you the type that will sell a refurbished item for the price of a new one, whereas you're selling a damaged product? You should ask yourself. So, if you say the government is at fault for all of our problems, where does it put you and I? When you know that, oh, this item I'm selling is fake, and you're selling it for the price of the original. Are you part of those people that you're an online vendor? Then somebody makes payment to you for a product you advertised, and then you block the person, you delete your account, and then you move away with the money, and then you blame the government. So we all have roles to play. Are you a transporter and then you got to the bus stop now to 1,000 naira because people don't have choices? Hey, keep giving the owner of the job excuses upon excuses. It is not the fault of the government. It is your fault. You're just a thief and you're choosing to act irresponsibly. We are the government. The governor, you see the political leaders. What do you tell them? Do you take your problems to them for you to solve pain? You've not done it. Mr. Senator, you promised to do this and that while you were campaigning. You've not done it. Are those the questions you ask your political class, your elite when you see them? Or you remind them that, oh, they promised you a car when they were campaigning. Oh, you want to marry the third wife and you want them to sponsor the wedding. These are the questions we should ask. Nigeria is in a place where we need absolute. This is even more disturbing. One, right? 15% of the entire out-of-school children in the world are in Nigeria. That should disturb you, right? So if you don't take care of these kids, you think the future is safe. There's no future anywhere for you and I. If you don't take care of these people, over 18 million out-of-school children. In fact, out of those 18 million, about 9 million of them never got to school. About 4.7 million of them left at elementary school. A little over 2 million of them left at junior high school. So, a lot of them cannot even separate what is left and what is right. And we're staying in the same society with these people, and you think you're safe. And the little boy you didn't take care of today will turn around to make life difficult for you tomorrow. You should think twice before you put all of the blames on the table of the government. Yes, the government can be enablers. They made it look like politics is life. Politics is war. Politics is the means to an end. You can't blame them. A lot of them would not get audience with you if they don't give you money. If your senator is coming to address you at your town hall meeting as his constituent, would you go if there's nothing on ground? Oh, will the senator mobilize us? How much has he dropped? Those are the questions you would ask. Meanwhile, you're supposed to go there and hold the manifesto of that senator and call his bluff. Mr. Senator, what have you done with so and so amount of money you've gotten? Your constituency allowances, what have you done with it? In the last 2 years, you've gotten so and so amount of money. What have you done with them? You won't ask your politicians these questions. When you see your governors, you keep prostrating, you are snapping pictures with them, you are looking for means, just to have engagement with them. But what do you ask them? You're also looking for ways to make your life better. Oh, I've seen where these politicians come to gatherings and then they give people money to share, and that money becomes problem. People stab each other because of token that politicians are giving them. And you think the political class don't know what your weaknesses are? They know, and they would continue to prey on it because you give them the chance to continue to do the same thing. Well, in case of justification, what the 2025 budget will be made known to the public and communicated to the National Assembly for deliberation. I think we all can play in putting this country back to line, so that when we play our part as citizens, the government can be properly held accountable to say, Oga, when you came to me to contest or to campaign, we signed a social contract. I promised I was going to vote for you. I was going to release my constitutional right to vote and give you. In return, you give me good roads, you give me good hospitals, you make education affordable and available, you make me feel secure that I can travel from. We gave you my vote. That means I played my own part of the contract. But you, the governor, you, the president, you, the senator, you've not done your own. So these are the questions we should ask. Now, with the festive period, all of these politicians start coming home. Yeah, they'll come talk to us, gather all of the opinion leaders, the women leaders, give them money, give them rice, the youth leaders, give them money, give them rice. Some of the leaders, some of these politicians will do empowerment. They give you tricycle, they give you sewing machine, they give you generators, they give you all of these things, and then you clap for them. Someone is coming to give you what is rightfully yours, and you're still clapping for them. It's just like me going to the ATM and withdrawing money and telling the ATM thank you. If I don't have the money in my account, the ATM will not give me money. It's as simple as me collecting my salary at the end of the month and I'm saying thank you. If I don't work for the month, my organization will not pay me salary. So my organization I don't hold them a thank you for paying my salary. That's the truth, because it's not a favor. It is my right that I've earned for working for the entire month. So when I vote a politician and then they come to commission project, why should I thank them? It is their job. You put yourself forward to contest for political office. It is your job. So why should I thank you for commissioning a project? Why do we have political class that thinks whatever they do for Nigerians, they are doing us a favor? I didn't beg you to be governor. I didn't beg you to be senator. You decide that, you are the best of the rest. Go on and get things done. So you see the political class living above the people that they promised to protect. It's a lot of problem. Let me have your thought about it. Two things that we're deliberating on the town hall meeting today. First off, what should be the priority of this administration going into 2025? Are we still going to put so many logs in the fire at the same time and we don't get any results? We keep doing paper over cracks, and then we keep doing cosmetic politics. We keep doing try and error with our policies. What should we focus on going into the new year, and how can we realign our purpose when it comes to patriotism? 0913-600-0410. My line had been buzzing. Well, I did some form of talk this afternoon, and I think sometimes we need to hear it so that we don't think our entire problem is with the government. You and I, you are a tailor. They've given you clothes since October. You have collected the clothes, you have collected the money. Christmas Eve, you will not sew the clothes, and you say it's government. It is not government. It is you and I. Pastor Ambrose.
Okay, good evening.
What a way to start the show. Good to have you on the show today.
Okay, with those two sound bites, everything that Mr. President said in the first speech, everything he has defaulted. And the second one that even said he was going to do, none he has done. And you begin to ask yourself whether this was a game plan. Okay, you said people were calling you yesterday. You see, this is the issue. There is a man in my area here, he's about 70 something. He is not finding this easy. He told me he believes in this man. And things are not working for him. I asked him, I said, what has this man given you to eat? He said, what do I mean? I said, because I don't understand. These people are living a life of lasciviousness, and you are here telling me that you don't care, that you believe in him. You know why I'm saying all of this, Ope? The problem we have is that as long as the person is there, suits us. You say, what is the solution? Okay, we need accountability. We need transparency. We need this fuel to go down. The dollar to the naira is also a problem. As I'm talking to you now, if the what do you call them now? Whether the federal and state government, because most policies, without the federal government, the state government cannot do anything. If the federal government can, make sure that, the agricultural sector works, and they also make sure that, I said it on another radio station this morning, can we have enough of these two staple food, rice and cassava? We have whatever it takes to feed the whole world with these two staple foods. But all that we wait for is for the oil, the Niger Delta oil to come. And if it does not come, nothing. Then corruption is working with its foreleg. As we speak now, nobody is being held responsible for anything. But if it is you and I, we'll be held responsible. This country belongs to us. I have said it here and I will continue to say it. I don't want to go to anywhere. But you see, until we are able to be... what stops the local government from saying we had 300 million naira?
Pastor Ambrose, please let me wrap up your thoughts so that we can
I will
talk to other
wrap
people.
up. Thank you so much. What stops the local government from saying we have 300 million
My
naira?
guest said it yesterday that Alimosho local government is getting over 1 billion as allocation monthly. He said it, and I'm like, wow.
Then, this is how much we spend for road.
Pastor Ambrose, I'm sorry. Let's talk to other people. 0913-600-0410. Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Well done for the good job you are doing.
You're welcome.
This is Mr. James from Agbado.
Yeah, I know. Mr. James, you're welcome to the show.
I've been listening to you so far. But when you say that it is our responsibility to make Nigeria to work, yes, I agree with you. But believe you me, this America and most of European countries here are seen today working. If they don't create a structure or institution that will bend everybody to comply to whatever rule that maybe government has created, believe you, they will not be working as we are seeing them today. It is as a result of that institution that they created a structure. Because there are people that are meant to be evil. They can, like Boko Haram, I don't know human being like you are, but they drive joy in killing people. And if you allow like Boko Haram,
Oga James, if they are human beings like me, they will not derive joy. They will not derive joy in killing people.
That is why
I'm not sure that human beings like me.
I mean, what would you call them?
I don't know.
There are criminals today that if you don't create structure to stop them, they will continue destroying things. But there are people that have good heart, that they want to fix things, they want things to work properly. But until government creates institutions whereby those people will be meant to face the judgment whenever anybody that misbehaves, we call to face the judgment for the music. But here, now you say, what suggestion do we make for this rule going to 2025? Believe you me, this rule, they are not ready to listen to anybody. We have said more than what they could have done for Nigeria to work, but they are not listening. They are not paying attention to us. So whether you say anything, what have you put on said in radio to make Nigeria work? If they are paying attention to you, believe you me, something would have worked out for betterment. That is just the situation we find ourselves. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Well, we say it is the fault of the government, but hey, You go to the banks today and they will tell you that, oh, you can't withdraw more than 10,000 naira of my own hard-earned money. There are a lot of banks now that their ATMs are not functional. In fact, one of the banks very close to the office here, they've removed the machine from the box. They've sealed off the box. And the rule is very clear. You must provide withdrawal points as long as what you have is an existing branch or a building to house your bank. But it's a mess. You go to the counters, you can't get money. You go to the ATMs, you can't get money. But just step out of the bank. You see like 10, 20 POS. And even if you want 10 million, these POS would give you these monies. So the question is this: are these POS operators, are they printing the monies themselves? Okay, let's put that to one side. Let's even agree that the POS, maybe the operators are buying it from whatever. But what happens to your regular owambes, where you would have to pay 170,000 to collect 100,000 mints? Where you have to pay 270,000 to collect 200,000 mints? Where you have to pay 32,000 to collect 20,000 because you want to collect mint, and then the monies you cannot get at the banks. When you go to your parties, you see people carry it in bags in millions and they are hawking it publicly. People are legalizing criminality. I'm sure you know that sales of naira is a crime. It's a criminal offense. And then you go to events in this country, even when there are politicians seated at those events, there are policemen guarding and providing VIP security services to the people at those events, and then you see people hawking new naira notes, selling it to the people, but you can't get those notes at the banks. Are those the fault of the government? Oh, is that President Tinubu's fault as well? We all have roles to play if you want to fix this country truly, so that we don't just put the blames on the table of the government alone. Keep your calls coming in. More calls. Hello, good afternoon. Good evening.
Good evening,
Mr. Ayo.
Okay. Hello, good evening.
I'm with you. You're live on radio.
Yeah, Mr. Saz. What I have, constitutional rights I have now is to please tell Mr. Dakbo that the promise he made of tying Magboro Road, I have people around there. The dry season has come.
Mr. Ayo.
No sign.
You don't need to have people around Magboro. Let me make this public. I stay at Magboro, right? So I know what I go through every single day, morning and night. I'm always wondering if Obafemi Owode local government is in Ogun State or is in Lagos, the level of neglect in that area is distasteful.
Okay.
It's disgusting. And I'm wondering what the governor is doing.
But he promised that the moment the dry season comes,
the dry season is almost over.
Thank you. So please, we put him on his toe. You and others who are still there. I used to be there before as a veteran journalist. It's our duty to put them on their toe. Tell him, and please send the State House or whatever. They should tell him that dry season is almost over. Nothing is going on Magboro Road. People are falling down from bikes, so on and so forth. Thank you. That's all I need to say.
Thank you very much. 0913-600-0410. Keep the calls coming in. It is the town hall session on Milan 98.3 FM. I know there's going to be a lot of engagement today. I'm seeing messages that disagreeing with my position, but it's okay. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
You're welcome.
Ogami,
why your voice low like this? Compliment of
the economy. The economy has depressed us. So why won't we be sounding like this?
I know what I can say to bring your voice up.
The economy has depressed everybody. And thank God today you didn't bring all those your analysts that will come and speak English for us. When will you bring a common man like me to come and talk? Don't bring people who know English and come and speak grammar for us and tell us that we are the cause of Nigeria's problem. We don't love Nigeria. That's not what we want to hear. Okay, now we were talking about these out of school children and all that. And you are blaming it on the parents or the government that has taken away first subsidy and people cannot even pay their children's school fees again. You know how much I buy fuel in a week? If I fill my tank with 80,000, then on Saturday or Sunday the fuel has finished. So which money will I use to train my children?
Okay, can I quickly ask you a question? I mean, it's a town hall meeting, so we can talk, right?
Go ahead.
Okay. For somebody that knows that he's a very low income earner, in fact, you don't even have a stable income. It's not like you have a salary job. You're probably just doing pay as you go. Whatever you earn during the day is what you used to survive. And so you're giving birth to 13 children. Who in heaven's name would take care of those kids you're giving birth to? I understand the whole idea of God gives children, God will take care of them. God will not take care of them. You will take care of your children.
Okay, I mean, wait. You are talking about you are talking about an extreme case.
Okay.
We are talking of a normal family, like people have 2-3 children. You know what it costs to send 2-3 children with 70, even 100,000 salary.
It's a lot.
That's the thing. Now we are saying what will the government what do you want us to what will the government be looking at for next year? They should bring back our first subsidy. Look at the president that was talking, and every time you start this program, you remind us about what this man said last the time he was not the president, and he came and did the same thing. You know, I get annoyed every time I hear this man telling us this thing, how government they would take subsidy. He came and removed the same subsidy, and we're all suffering for it. And he said he cannot do anything about it. He should bring back our first subsidy. If he doesn't do that, Nigeria will never, there's nothing. If you like, tell us that we should use a free train. I don't know why you are bringing free train where people don't even have money. Where are they going to? People will stay in their home because they don't have money to go for Christmas, and you are telling us about free train.
Thank you, Mr.
It's so surprising, my brother.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Keep the calls coming in. I have loads of messages to read as well, but I'll pick a lot of your calls. When we take our first break by 5, I will come back. Then I'll read all of your messages also. We're streaming live, facebook.com/mainland 98.3 FM. So if I don't pick your calls, drop your messages on Facebook. I'll read your messages. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, Mr. Ope.
You're welcome.
Yeah, this is Abi.
Okay. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Nigeria.
Okay.
You see the issue of childbearing where one of your callers just talked now. This is the issue. Before you give birth to a child of the 3, are you not evaluating your promotion at work? Which capacity did you build for your child that are coming? You cannot just say I am earning 100,000 for the last 15 years. And I am giving birth to 4 children. That is a criminal offense because you are prepared
no, don't criminalize people's choices. Don't criminalize people's choices.
So this is the issue here. You know, there's something they call planning. And that planning have to go, how much am I going to earn at the end of the year? And how much everybody entices to all the departments within my house and my charity people that are relating to me. These are people supposed to be planned before they give birth to a child. It's not about that somebody is waiting. I am coming from polygamous family. My daddy has 13 children. And I can say this to you, that I'm only receiving 500 from my dad until he leaves this world. You get it? I'm on the radio now. I'm on a national radio now. 13 children, and they don't have a plan for them, and you are giving them 500 for the whole day of their life. This is the criminal offense. And that is why, because I'm coming from that same background, that is why I'm trying to tell you. Before you give birth to any child, how can't you sit down and look at your income and see what you have, what you can afford? And you're just giving birth to a child because the people are telling you that you are right to give birth to a child. It's a criminal offense. That is why we have a lot of the problem in the north today. We have a future criminal, other parts, people that cannot train their children. A child that are well training, you are going to be a criminal. Come to Agbado today. So
thank you, Mr. Laiwola. I don't take stereotypes here. I understand what you're trying to say, because from the numbers of the out-of-school children we have, if you put it side by side, break it down, then you understand that a certain region is having about 62.7% of the out-of-school children that we have in Nigeria, 18.3 million of them. That should worry you, irrespective of what part of the country you stay. It should worry you when you have kids that are not properly schooled, formal or informal, that are just left at the mercy of the streets to get raised. There could be a problem. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
You're welcome.
Nice to hear from you. Since going to 6 months now, I've not heard your voice.
Oh,
but I'm listening.
Thank you.
I'm Joshua. I'm calling you from
Mr. Joshua.
Agbado.
Yes, good to have you today.
Yes. Okay. You see, the issue we have in this country, let's not deceive ourselves. The issue we have in this country is bad leadership. Okay? Let anybody come and stand me wrong. What we have in Nigeria is bad leadership. Why did I say that? Even when you are being brought up in a family that is poor, but that family has a good background, you will be able to do good things for your country. But when somebody is brought up in a Agberoism society, how can that person do something good for his country? So what we're having country is bad leadership. Let everybody else who is ready to take it or leave it. That's my own take.
Thank you very much. I'll pick your calls. And I'm due for my first break by 5 o'clock. A very quick, break. Just check to the market and pay one or two bills, and I would come back. I will continue to have our town hall meetings. Maybe we should make this every Tuesday. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I've been following you right from the time of Godwin Nakina.
Okay.
And I know that the sky is the limit.
Thank you.
We are discussing about.
You've not told me your name and where you are calling from.
Oh, this is Sylvester Dakara.
Okay.
From Ikotu.
You're welcome.
I understand what you are trying to analyze. That we have rules to play. But let's look at the person at the helm of the affair. He came unprepared. And then when they got to the place, the first statement just disorganized everything. Now, Nigerians have been wanting to engage him. You brought draconian policies that has no face. We are not seeing the face. We are not seeing where we are going. We are not seeing where we are coming from. Now, it behoves on the president to see that I engage Nigeria. Please, this is what I'm trying to do. For now, this is the pain. But this is the broader outlook at the end of everything. We are not seeing it. And you are truncating from one nation to another. And you are not deeming it necessary to see that to engage Nigeria. And so when you are asking us to point the way forward 2015, it's going to be difficult because these people, they have itchy ears. If somebody said something not quite long, that whatever you have said so far, if these people are paying attention, it would have been enough to do the thing. But they will not do that. They will not. Okay, look at the Senate president. Imagine comments coming from such a man at the helm of the affair. He's disorganizing. And then the little ones, you are asking them to work hard. Fine, it is good. But a society where people who are stealing are being celebrated, like you mentioned, if the president comes now or the Senate president comes or anybody comes now, people will run around, oh, my honorable, my honorable. We are celebrating them because they have something in their pocket. It is obvious that these are stolen money. But we have no choice. So how do you now expect these young ones to read or to work harder? Because the foundation is corroded. So I don't know what we're going to do. Like the man said, okay, you and the rest of them who have the platform to speak to them, you just have to do that. The budget
Thank you.
is prepared already. Whatever we're going to say here will have no effect on it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Irrespective of what you think, if it's not going to have any effect, we're going to continue to provide a platform for you to keep talking. I keep engaging the government. It is democracy. You have the right to ask questions. You have the right to demand for answers, especially on how your Commonwealth is being spent. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. Okay, Prince YS. I think it's better now.
I think my question because
Prince YS, I'm struggling to hear you. I'd appreciate if you can call back. I would really appreciate. I think the network, the reception where you are is not really clear. More calls, but keep your messages coming in as well. I'll read your messages. Hello, good evening.
Mr. Oba, good evening.
You're welcome to Mainland FM.
Yes, God bless you.
And you too.
Yes. You see, leadership is not by power. It's by wisdom. This government, they are not helping the Nigerians. We voted for them, but they have failed. Why is that? Look at the budget now. Last year budget, what did they do with it? We didn't say anything. All the promises, everything failed. And they are listening to us. They are hearing what people are crying, no food, economy, everything down, no hospital, nothing at all, no road. I know. But the budget now for the 2020, what are they going to do with it? The one they did it for, what did they do? Nothing. People are crying, hunger everywhere. Look at all the promises they made before they entered this position. There's no one they have done. And I remembered during the time of Fashola, when he was the governor of Lagos State, he gave order to every local government chairman to construct 200-kilometer road. And they did it. So he left. Till now, nothing has been doing in other states, all of them. The promises they made before they enter, now, they have not done any one. So the budget now, what are they going to do with it? Even when it is high or low, Nigeria don't want to know because they have failed. Our president, look at all the ministers he appointed and give to National Assembly. All of them, they approve all of them. Last two months, he sacked 7 of them. Why should they approve? Before you approve anything, you have to look at them. Because anything president gives, they sign. Because they are in the same party. Because they can now tell us what to do.
Thank you.
So, when you look at all these things, you know that Nigerians are not going anywhere.
Please wrap up your thoughts.
This administration, they go. Then we'll look at the people that will take care of Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I'm due for break at 5 o'clock. But of course, I'll come back and pick more of your calls and also read your messages. But let me quickly take this one. This is Taiwo from Abule Egba, and it says most of the POS operators do not get their cash from the bank. They get it from the places like petrol stations, supermarkets, marketplace, etc. When last did any petrol station, supermarket, big shop deposited money in the bank? In the past, people brought money with sack bags for deposit. It is only few notes that I can blame banks for. Customers do not go to the bank for deposit again. Well, like I said, the operators also buy monies from these people. Yes, one operator told me that she bought the the money she's selling at the fuel station for a certain amount of money, that for every 1,000, every 10,000, I think it's maybe 15 naira or thereabouts, that they buy, and so they also sell. But what happens to the means that is being sold at parties? That is almost done at a 60-40 ratio. So if you want to collect, if you give them 20,000, they'll give you new note of 8,000. They'll take 12,000. Even God is collecting 10%. Let me take a quick break, pay some bills. Situation returns in a few moments. Don't go nowhere.
Yeah, know what this is.
98.3 Mainland FM.
You're listening to Mainland 98.3 FM. The sound of Lagos.
Christmas in Nigeria comes with words like Christmas rice, Christmas cloth, Christmas shoes, the knockouts, bangers, the decorations. The list is endless. But what matters is that you get to celebrate it with your loved ones. And with us at Mainland 98.3 FM. I am Mojisola Talks, and here is wishing you Merry Jolly Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Looking for reliable logistics solutions? Welcome to WG Global Limited, where logistics is redefined. We specialize in freight forwarding, customs brokerage, local logistics, import and export services, and even travels and tours for seamless, efficient service. Visit us at 13 Adeidowo Street, Aviation Estate, Mafoluku, Oshodi. Call us today at 0814-706-8472 or 0809-578-8867. Send an email at info@boagatesglobal.com or visit the website www.boagatesglobal.com for more details. Boagate Global Limited, logistics redefined.
As the years they go, we dey work for dough. Some days it's fast, some days it's slow. Many highs and lows, but we carry go. Nothing go stop our doing so. Now the night just spirit, yes we move. With family, there's love at home. We know say Christmas, it don't come over. Blow the trumpet,
hello, I go, go, go. Everywhere you go, go, go. Everybody go, lo, lo, lo. We go enjoy,
so we make it celebrate. It's a yellow, yellow Christmas, so we celebrate. When you hear the bedou, everybody celebrate. It's a yellow, yellow Christmas, so we celebrate. We do it anyway, any place.
Disconnect from distractions. Go make a difference this season. Merry Christmas from MTN.
For every 6 shares I hold, I get one more.
What are you doing?
I am counting the numbers I get from over 5 billion shares. FBN Holdings is giving existing shareholders the chance to buy more shares at 25 naira each. This means that you can get one new one for every 6 you own. Don't miss out. Own a share of tomorrow with FBN Holdings rights issue. The offer opens from the 4th November to 12th December 2024. Visit your stockbroker or any First Bank branch to get started. You can also access the offer directly on your First mobile banking app. FBN Holdings. Own your share of tomorrow.
Hey there! Yes, you! You just won 5,000 naira cash! And you, sitting by the side, there's 1 month Showmax subscription to watch the Premier League waiting for you! You behind! Of course! You're not left out! How does 1,000 naira airtime and 2,000 naira Uber discount sound? All this could come true when you buy the No Unwrap and Win pack. Open it, look for a cube with a 6-digit code on its wrapper, text the code to 8011 and follow the prompts to stand a chance to win any of these instant prizes. Promo valid from July till December. Terms and conditions apply. Get extra value on the No Unwrap and Win pack. No, eat for good.
As the years they go, we dey work for dough. Some days it's fast, some days it's slow. Many highs and lows, but we carry go. Nothing go stop our doing so. Now the night just spirit, yes we move. With family, there's love at home. We know say Christmas, it don't come over. Blow the trumpet,
hello, I go, go, go. Everywhere you go, go, go. Everybody go, lo, lo, lo. We go enjoy,
so we make it celebrate. It's a yellow, yellow Christmas, so we celebrate. When you hear the bedou, everybody celebrate. It's a yellow, yellow Christmas, so we celebrate. We do it anyway, any place.
Disconnect from distractions. Go make a difference this season. Merry Christmas from MTN.
pé fún ìdíkòwò mẹ́fà tí mo ti ní mo ní àǹfààní ẹyọ kan sí.
Èwo lẹ gbé ṣírò lè báyìí.
mo ń ṣe òǹkà iye tí mo lè ní nínú ìdíkòwò bílíọ̀nù márùn-ún ni nítorí FBN Holdings ń tẹ́ pẹpẹ ìdíkòwò fún àwọn tó jẹ́ onípín ìdíkòwò wọn lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́. èyí já sí pé àwọn tó ti ní ìpín wọn lọ́wọ́ báyìí ní àǹfààní láti ní ìpín kan sí lórí ìpín mẹ́fà tí wọ́n ti ní. ní ìpín ọjọ́ ọ̀la pẹ̀lú FBN Holdings ìpín ìdókòwò yìí ìdókòwò bẹ̀rẹ̀ ní ọjọ́ 4 oṣù kọkànlá di ọjọ́ 12 oṣù kejìlá ọdún 2024. kàn sáwọn olùṣòwò ìpín ìdíkòwò rẹ tàbí ẹ̀ka ilé ìfowópamọ́ First Bank bákan náà ni o lè ra ìpín rẹ lórí First mobile app rẹ. FBN Holdings ní ìpín nínú ọjọ́ ọ̀la.
Hey there! Yes, you! You just won 5,000 naira cash! And you, sitting by the side, there's 1 month Showmax subscription to watch the Premier League waiting for you! You behind! Of course! You're not left out! How does 1,000 naira airtime and 2,000 naira Uber discount sound? All this could come true when you buy the No Unwrap and Win pack. Open it, look for a cube with a 6-digit code on its wrapper, text the code to 8011 and follow the prompts to stand a chance to win any of these instant instant prizes. Promo valid from July till December. Terms and conditions apply. Get extra value on the Knorr Unwrap and Win Pack. Knorr, eat for good.
As the years they go, we dey work for dough. Some days it's fast, some days it's slow. Many highs and lows, but we carry go. Nothing go stop our doing so. Now the night just spirit, yes we move. With family, there's love at home. We know say Christmas, it don't come over. Blow the trumpet, in parampe.
Hello, I go, go. Everywhere you go, go. Everybody go, lo, lo, lo. We go enjoy,
So make it celebrate. It's a yellow, yellow Christmas, so we celebrate. When you hear the bedou, everybody celebrate. It's a yellow, yellow Christmas, so we celebrate. We do it anyway, any place.
Disconnect from distractions. Go make a difference this season. Merry Christmas from MTN.
Looking for reliable logistics solutions? Welcome to WG Global Limited, where logistics is redefined. We specialize in freight forwarding, customs brokerage, local logistics, import and export services, and even travels and tours for seamless, efficient service. Visit us at 13 Adeidowo Street, Aviation Estate, Mafoluku, Oshodi. Call us today at 0814-706-8472 or 0809-578-8867. Send an email at info@boagatesglobal.com or visit the website www.boagatesglobal.com for more details. Boagate Global Limited, logistics redefined.
You're listening to Mainland 98.3 FM. The sound of Lagos.
Things seem anxious and uncertain. I understand the hardship you face. I wish there were other ways, but there is not. If there were,
in our quest to bring to the table issue-based conversation around nationhood and development, we have made 4 to 5:30 p.m. Monday to Friday the perfect time to welcome you into the Situation Room as we continue to build the narrative about public service and accountability.
Mr. President, this Senate needs to know. Mr. President, this Senate needs to lend its voice to the plight of these people. Mr. President, there is nowhere I can say it except here. This is why I'm elected. If I cannot say these things on this floor, sir, I better resign and leave.
As elections give the citizens the chance to make their political decisions, constant demand for quality leadership from those they voted into office.
Look at us now, there is nothing, we are starving. Tinubu should please do something.
It's also important to having a Nigeria of everyone's dream. Join OꞰ Akinyode as it takes to task seasoned analysts, opinion makers, business professionals, and politicians on issues around politics, policies, governance, and leadership every Monday to Friday from 4 to 5:30 p.m. on your super dial. Mainland 98.3 FM will welcome you roommates as we discuss the situations.
Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. It's Mainland FM, and of course, by 5:30 there will be the full bulletin, and by 6 o'clock I would also come back here for Sports Cruise Live from Mainland 98.3 FM. There's a lot to celebrate. The Super Eagles of Nigeria couldn't win the national team of the year, but hey, we got the best goalkeeper on the continent. We got the best footballing nation on the continent for women, and of course the big prize back to back for Nigeria. We've not won it in 21 years, and after that, our own Victor Osimhen broke the jinx. And just yesterday, after changing his nationality in 2022, talking about Demola Lookman, 2 years and 9 months after, he's been crowned the best player on the continent. We'll talk about all of that by 6 o'clock. But let's get back into the Situation Room. Before we went on that break, it was a town hall session, and I kept asking, why do we keep putting all of the blame that when we are deflated?
Ajibola calling for country's leadership. By the government, you see militaries, PPRA, all of these things, they will ensure the standard. But nobody's ensuring any standard now. You can't, there's nobody that is regulating any price. If you want to buy a bag of rice here, in a collar here,